Good morning, good morning. I'm going to test out these yummy colours that have been sent to me by the Australian online supplier, Cabriole Shabby Chic. Their online site is, I have a link to it directly under this video, but they've sent me these lovely, well, I've got loads of the colours in the pre-made pouring paints, but these are the ones that I'm going to try today. These really lovely bright vibrants. I've got more here, but I've made up these ones today to try, so I'll go through them as I put them on the painting. So these are quite fun. I've had quite a lot of fun doing these, and I've made some lovely pieces out of those paints, and I just wanted to share with you. You can now apparently get the pre-made pouring paints all over Australia from that online supplier, and I think in certain parts overseas now they're shipping overseas. I don't think they're available in the US, because I think Amazon do supply them in the US, but yeah, I like to use paints that can be kind of gotten, worldwide, the US, Europe, UK and Australia and New Zealand, of course. So I sort of try to, use paints that you can all find. So I've preparing my canvas in case you don't watch my videos and this is your first time. Please subscribe. That would be wonderful. I have a beginner's video on my page. If you go to my YouTube main page, it has all the videos there. I have beginners videos. I have all sorts of videos on color mixing paints, custom color mixing, tips and tricks, lots of stuff for you there. But this is what I do to a canvas, probably not if I'm doing test pours, but if it's one that I think that I'm going to give away or sell, then I try to make the back of it look as pretty as possible. Just stops a bit of the paint getting on the back of the canvas, and if you want to go really posh, then you put a sheet of paper over that so it doesn't even touch the back of the canvas, but I don't usually worry about that. I think it's quite nice to see a bit of paint behind it. It shows that it's been handmade. And then my fantastic push pins that I'm just best thing since sliced bread. I love my push pins to use for the canvases on the back. Keeps them up. You can keep them in then till the painting's fully dry. You can then pop it back on your bench or wherever to give it the coat, and then take them out right at the very end. So these are under $4, and they're also online. I think they're available, to everybody now. So just hop on that site that I've got the link to and see if they're available to you. So this is what I do. I just have a trusty little hammer. See, it's got jills, so my husband doesn't take it and say, no, that was my one. So I have to put my name on things like I'm at school. Well, that's a little bit wonky. So sometimes if it's wonky, it might just make your painting, your canvas slightly tilted to one way or not. Noise. But yeah, they're under $4, and I just use them all the time. Like I've showed you. I can't show you now because I'm using it my little paint holders. Yeah, well, my husband, he uses hole drill, and I mean I could have done it, but he kindly done it for me. Hole drilled these out so they hold my cups, so you can put your cups in, and it stops them knocking over. But what I've just done recently is you just push your push pins in the back. I'll put put your push pins in. And then you've got it up, so when you put your cups in, they're like that. or the bigger cups. He's done some of the smaller coffee cup holders and the bigger ones there. So I don't, you know, I can just slide them up and down and I don't end up knocking them over with my hand. Great. So that's all ready. That's another little thing I've showed you. If you're new to the channel, you obviously won't have seen that. But if you're not new and you're one of my subscribers, then you will know these little quirks and things that I try to, or tips and tricks, Jill's tips and tricks, that's it. Give you anything that I find helpful, I try to pass it on to you guys too. So basically all of these things that I purchase in Australia for my acrylic art, it's a family run business. I don't get paid commissions, but I will absolutely recommend people that are good people doing a good job and go the extra mile for their customers, and that's what Capriole Shabby Chic do. So I'm quite happy to promote any companies that do good for customers and are reasonable priced. So let's get going on this exciting pour. Feeling so much better, still not 100%, but feeling better. So my beloved art room, I just love getting out here. I think even on my my bed, I should have a bed out here when I am not well, that I still want to come out and think of ideas and write them down. So let's get started. I will use, I'm going to try, I haven't actually tried this split method with these pouring paints, which is I'm going to pour my paints on and do the swipe from the center out. So just going to try it today. So what I've done with these particular paints is they're not too thick at all, but what I've done is I put the paint in, and then I use just a little bit of, a little bit of floetrol to just thin them a tiny bit. I just wanted to try it and see, you know, it's another experiment that I'd rather do it, because some people have asked me, can I add a bit of, thin them down a bit because they were a bit thick. I mean, if you don't think they're thick, then don't add anything, but I'm trying that bit of floetrol, and I've put 1 drop of the U-Butte Helmar silicone, under $6 a bottle, and it just probably lasts you 6 months. I mean, that's me with doing loads of pours every day. So I've only put 1 drop, and I'm just trying it. I know it's pre-made pouring paint, but I just want to you know, up the ante and try different things with it, see if I get a different result. So let's get going. I'm going to, now this does look a little bit thin, so I'm hoping that I haven't overdone it, but I'm going to try it like I said. So I'm going to just do the Aussie pour, I'm calling it, because it's my Jilly Wiggle. Yeah, Jilly Wiggle, that's a good name. And some people have said that, oh, I haven't seen other pourers pour it the way you do. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of pourers that do, but have my own little quirks that I like doing and working with. So this is my Jilly Wiggle, and it's definitely an Aussie pour because I'm in Australia. So that was the gorgeous turquoise. I'm using still seeing how long these last. They were the dishwashing gloves instead of disposables. So I don't know what, 4 or 5 weeks I've been going with them. So I'm going to stick with them. Now probably the colour that you wouldn't normally put with that is, because it's in the green, is a mid green, but hopefully the end result and what I swipe with will just bring this out into something absolutely stunning. Stunning. Me Jilly Wiggle. talking about wiggle, yeah, I'm getting too wiggly in the body at the moment, so husband got me up at 5 o'clock this morning, said come and walk with me with the dogs. So I did say a few swear words to him, but he still persisted and said, no, come on, you said you wanted to lose a few kilos, so come on, you've got to get out and walk with me. He's so good. He had put on a lot of weight and he just decided, like men do, I don't want this weight on anymore, and he has lost 9 kilos in just over a month. There's no way that would happen to me at my age. It's just men, they can decide on something. They can go to the loo and lose 2 kilos. That's not fair. That is not fair. So yes, I'm going to try and be good. I don't want to live a life that I'm worried about what I'm eating, but I just got to be mindful at my age to keep my weight down, and hopefully it keeps me healthier. When I was younger, I was so into health and fitness, like you could not stop me. I was working 2 jobs, but I was at the gym, and I was actually teaching. I was a fitness trainer. I look back at some of the photos and think, oh my God, what have I done to myself now? But I'm just blaming it on my time of life, the special time where your body decides, well, there's no more babies for you, and so we'll just let you get fat and lose sleep and all those lovely things you've got to look forward to. But got to try and cope with it the best you can, and I suppose that's healthy food and diet. Now I'm rattling on. Okay, what was that one? So I used the mid green, and I've used this gorgeous dark green, the turquoise, and now I'm going into this bright yellow. Love bright yellow. So I'm just hoping that I can bring this all together to look something spectacular. People that don't like me rabbiting on, they could just put it on mute. So just talk to myself, get my 50,000 words out, as my husband says. They look very looks very fresh, these, and minty, these colours together. Fresh and minty. So it'll be interesting to see what that bit of floetrol and the Helmar silicone in this will make. So what colour? Okay, I've got one other colour that, where did I put it? Oh, here we go. I just had this left over. It's the Folk Art metallic gold. So I just have this left over. So I made up a cup, and I did the same. I put a little bit of floetrol in it, and I added a couple of no, I just added only one of that Helmar silicone drop, because there's not that much painting. I'm gonna do like wave this over. I don't want to. Just wanted to get some gold, and I've definitely left this one thicker, because metallics you kind of best to leave thicker, because otherwise they just disappear under everything else. So there's a little bit of Izzy Wizzy in there, and then the last little bit before I swipe, I'm going to put some white in it. I've got to get these colours to really pop. I know that some people that obviously must get to parts of my video like this and think, what a load of rubbish, you haven't got the same picture on your thumbnail as what you're doing, because they haven't watched the end of the video and they look at it like this and cannot see the results that I put on my thumbnail are the results that you get at the end, because they don't watch the whole process. I think at least they would spin it, fast forward it and see what it looks like at the end, but no, never mind, all good in the end. So I'm going to give this good old tilt around and get the whole canvas covered in those yummy fresh minty colours. Don't want to tilt too much off, but do want to make sure. I mean, if the sides are not covered, I don't stress out, because you can finger pop those at the end, or when it's dried off a little bit, the very sides of the canvas. So don't stress out about it. Never stress out about it, because this is your downtime. This is your rest, R&R, your rest and relaxation. Time to enjoy your me time. Oh, looks messy. Looks messy. Okay, with the, see the runoff, just dab it round. It's absolutely fine to just grab your, get quite a bit of paint off the runoff off from underneath the lip, which is caught by that tape that I have under there. I'll just have a look on the other side, see how far we've, oh yeah, I've got a little bit of gaps at the back here. So just finger pop it, finger pop. So have a think about what colour I'm going to swipe with. You have a think about it. What do you think I should do? Okay, all exciting, all exciting. Think. What I've done is I've made up my own navy out of that. I used the ultramarine blue. I put a blob of the black into it, and I put a blob of the dark green, because that stops it from going sort of grey. So I've made up a navy. So kind of, yeah, it is a real navy too. Cool, very cool. So what I'm going to do on this particular one is I'm going to do a centre swipe and out. That only looks like a tiny bit of paint, but I'm expecting it to completely change the look of this piece. So this one I'm going to use my plastic file divider. We re-wash them. Best swipe tool, I believe, and they just last forever and ever and a day. So here we go. Just drop the very tip, and oh well, I can see a bug under there. Oh, not happy, Jane. Okay, well, it's now become organic. The bug. Oh, maybe I've just wiped him off. So, wow. Now this is completely different than the others that I've done in this pre-made paint, because that didn't happen. So it's obviously the floetrol and the one drop of silicone has created a whole different look again, which is fine by me. It's different every time, is so much fun, unless you're trying to get a certain look. So as you see, that little bit of blue, wow, does it spread. I'm making a right mess here. Just want to go down that corner. Oh, stuffed up there, but never mind. Only paint. It'll all be absolutely fine when it's, oh, look at that. Look at the colours with the navy. Exciting. It's very exciting. I'm excited. I'll give you a close-up of that. Haven't torched yet, have I? So I will give it a torch. Just look at that. Okay, just give it a torch. Those colours are very yummy. Give it a torch because I'm not sure if I want to leave it and do balloon embellishing. We'll just see. But wow. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. I love the actual dark centre in it. I love that dark navy. That's really nice. Ooh, well that's a completely different look to, where's my others? Are they gone already? Just trying to see if I've got one from that particular, oh yeah, the fantasy ones. That these were what I did before. They're all dry now. The in those beautiful Mont pre-made pouring paints. I mean, this is all dry now and I'm leaving it to cure before I put a gloss coating on it, or a coat. But see, completely different results with the cells look that came up in that to this, because I added that bit of floetrol and a drop of the silicone. So completely different look that got from the same paint. So that's quite amazing. One little thing that I will try before I go is, in case if I come back to balloon embellish it, I will keep the camera rolling afterwards. This is my water filled balloon that's just going and going and going. It's little, filled with water, just small. It started off bigger than that, so I'm just going to see what it looks like. There's not much contrast there to make it look, but it may look nice after it's dried off a little bit. I may come back and balloon embellish it. So that's just with your balloon, just pressing into it and lifting. Wipe it off in between, whether you want to wipe your off onto another canvas or a card. That's a good idea too if you would like to do that. Anyway, I will just, yeah, it's not really making much difference in the roll because there's not contrasting colours underneath, where the dark blue, yeah, there is. So you know what, I'm going to leave this one with just a few little embellishments in it. So I will keep, look at the cells on that, that's so gorgeous. Not going to actually roll. Can twist, so you can put it in, just a slight twist, see it all sort of, but that paint's probably a bit too wet there to get a really good effect, but you can get some really good effects with a slight twist. I've had some laughs where people have said, done exactly what you did, just went to mud, looked like doggies do. I've had all sorts of things said to me which were hilarious. Okay, look at that. That is very nice. That's a completely different look again with this paint. That's exciting that you can do. See, look at the balloon. It's got a bit of black in it and I want to transfer a bit of darker colour to, say, somewhere like that. Oh, it's got a bit of the black lines then. Well, it's not black, it's navy. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Let me know what you think about that one. Thank you, until next time, bye.